Please.
Mikey, I have a question.
Where's my camera? What's going on?
Is it over there?
I don't look at that one. What was that 12 Mafia? It's time. Not as many of the favorite players as you might want, but we're going to rip it anyway. It's going to be great. Okay. Here's the deal. We're going to do 3 Mafia. If you have a red...
Whoa.
No!
Shit.
Amogus is here. Yeah, come sit down, Amogus.
I was actually going to ask, how many tasks do we have to
in the game?
Let me get one more card.
I don't know if I'm down.
I think I know this.
Is that
Left?
Is that
Can I play among you guys?
He's got the ball.
I think you can sit next to Kadoran and Tendu.
Who is this?
Why can't I come
Skinny couch. Thin couch.
Okay.
If you know who it is, it'll only get worse.
That's actually true.
Who is that?
Okay, can y'all make it? Okay.
Can we just refer to you
Bro,
as the
you
imposter
close.
the whole time?
Yeah, the imposter.
The imposter. Okay. Here's the deal.
Is that... Do I spoil?
It's
The
So, we have 3 Mafia. If you have a red face card, you're going to be Mafia. If you have a black card, any black card, you're going to be Town. Black King, that's going to be the cop. Black Queen, that's going to be the healer. The Ace of Spades will be the Vigilante. Is anyone unfamiliar with what those roles are?
Wait, so which one's Mafia now?
Mafia are red face cards.
Okay.
Face cards. So
And
could
then
I?
aces are.
And black face cards are rolls.
Rolls,
Can I get
yes.
clarification on what the healer is?
The healer, you get to pick one person a night to save. You cannot pick the same person 2 nights in a row.
Ace for Mafia.
You can save yourself.
You can?
save
You
yourself?
can save yourself.
Oh, cool, okay.
What are the other rolls? It's vigilante.
Okay, yeah. So Vigilante
Black King
kills one person per game if they choose. They have a gun with 1 bullet in it for the whole damn game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the Vigilante does.
That's red, not
The investigator can pick one person to ask whether they are Town or Mafia. I will give you a T for Town and an M for Mafia. Okay? Or an M, however you want to do it.
And Medic has to
Yeah, that's the
alternate
king.
saves, right?
Yeah. We'll do a roll check also, just
Medic
so we
can't
make sure that
do-
we don't waste our time.
Medic can't do the same person every night.
Medic cannot do the same person 2
Back to
nights in a
back,
row.
And
Correct.
Vigi is ace instead of jack.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we're playing AC rules now.
Face
You know?
Oh.
We're a little custom.
Please give out the cards while you go over the
Yeah, I'll hand out the cards and then we'll go over them, okay?
Okay.
What is Jack now?
Jack is there. Black Jack is nothing. There is no Black Jack.
Every game leader has a different way they...
The talking stick is Pikachu. The talking stick is Pikachu. We have 3 Mafia. There will be 2 kill power as long as we have 3 Mafia. When we go down to 2 Mafia, there will be 1 kill power. Okay?
You have to say the rules again once we see the card.
Yeah, see
Yes,
the
I
card
will.
again.
I will. Okay. Yeah.
And win conditions.
All right. Let's take a card here. No peekies. No peekies. You're banned from Summit 13.
If the Mafia
Oh,
shit, you kill all the Mafia.
If
If the
Let's
Mafia
play some good melee and then forward to
Yeah, look at your cards. Look at your cards.
I'm just like, I gotta do it. You know, why not? I'm at Summit. It's part of the whole experience.
play day one.
Oh, I can see.
Day 2 you gotta start focusing a little later.
I got like 3 p.m.
So then you
Yahoos. Tell me I can count. I got 3 cards left. Oh yeah, baby. That's what we like to see.
I've never seen him look like more of a...
All right. Okay, you have your cards. I'm gonna say this one more time. Red face cards are Mafia. Black King is the investigator. Black Queen is the healer. The Ace of Spades is the vigilante. If you have a number card, you're Town. All right? Let's put our heads down, do a roll check real quick, just so we know that everybody knows their roles. All right. If you are Mafia, look at me. Okay, thank you, Mafia. If you are the investigator, take a peep. A little gander at your boy. All right, thank you. If you're the healer, look at me. Thank you, healer. If you're the vigilante, oh boy. You're the vigilante. Look at me. Thank you. Thank you, vigilante. All right, we didn't fuck it up, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's play some fucking Mafia.
Can you just to demonstrate what you're gonna do when the cop check or the investigator checks?
T for town.
Okay.
M for Mafia.
Okay.
Very different.
I came up with that. Slime never tells anyone.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I came up with that.
Give Chillin'
Way
credit
better
for
than
that
a
one.
thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck's
that's why they
going
named
on.
the studio after you.
Exactly. That's why it's the B studio.
Yeah, that's
Do we have a talking object?
Do we know how many Mafia
Yeah, the Pikachu.
Yeah, there are 3 Mafia right
I
now.
like the metal object in the middle of the word.
Just the rose has
Yeah, begin.
Mafia, look at me. Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, where's Scar? Wasn't he?
Almost worked.
Score said he'd play if there was a
Assault
second
Envy.
game
Okay.
That's a
tonight.
good strat.
You can do heads up. Just
What?
yeah, I he's still his face. Yes.
I thought you were sorry. Everyone put their heads down.
So yeah, sorry.
All right,
Sorry if that was unclear.
Nintendo, you have to talk now.
At the top.
You have the Pikachu.
Legally, you have to speak.
Oh yeah.
Is this supposed to be like a night first or something?
No, we
No.
talked
No,
about
just talk.
the first
Oh,
day.
this time
Before the
night
Goes into day to start.
Town
Oh,
vibe.
that's convenient.
All right.
Not on this time. I just died.
Hey, someone's looking a little sloppy, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't got much.
I do get
My
it.
first time playing
How
Mafia,
you
so
how you feeling about yourself?
I feel kind of stuck.
Oh!
You feel it, but you know it. It's internalized. You just say yes or no. I don't like that.
Shit.
Sounds like very
No one
legal.
wants to speak.
You sound like
I want to speak.
No, I'm just.
I did a brief scan of the room whenever we got their card. I tell you, Cadorna's little you schlumped.
Schlup?
I got my eye on
What
it.
schlup mean?
You're a little slumped.
You're just gonna die
He was leaning back, you know, he was kind of receding into the shell. I could sense the shell energy.
It's because I'm calm from getting
Yeah.
a talent roll.
I see.
Schlumped.
Okay, well,
weird
maybe,
accusatory
maybe that's the
term.
case. Maybe that's the case.
Schlup.
It's got that fly question.
Schlop.
Anybody?
Some sinister.
How are you feeling when you got your
That's
card?
just stressing me out, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be.
If he was schlumped, what were you?
I felt great because I'm just a town, just a whole hum.
Your eyebrow just wiggled there, bro.
You seem a little excited about your role.
Oh!
Just a pound.
Not seeing I'm soy jacking
And,
at
you
that
know,
right
and
now.
I took it upon myself as just a town to scan the room and see how people were looking. That's all I can do.
I'm getting town vibes from
I appreciate the proactivity because we need that as as the town we got to figure out who's not trying to help. You were distracting, trying to
Me?
get Mafia to look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, that worked
But,
one time.
I
though.
think
That did
that's
work
I
one
think
time.
that's misdirection maybe. He had it first. That's fine.
I was about to say, Justin, you were just like, who's everyone's Mafia? Look at me. And you got that closed off body language, that foot ticking a little bit. That's just like,
You think it's a bit? You think it's a joke?
Sus a little
Yeah.
bit.
I think it's a joke.
Him having like
I
tics
just-
because he's nervous is a bit.
I just stole it from Envy. That's all.
Don't let her what?
Stole it from
Stole it
him.
from Envy.
Stole it from Envy,
He
got it.
started every single game last summer.
Well, you can't trust that guy. So what does that mean?
Knowing this.
Means he sucks.
You mean
This
Nick?
is so soft,
I'm
by
just
the way.
kidding.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, that
Pikachu's
that means
okay.
nothing.
It's actually super soft.
That means less than
You want
nothing.
to
That's what I was saying.
Okay, imposter, you're
Can
on.
we get the mask off the?
Yeah, you get a mask on.
Yeah, that's
It's just
that's kind of
cheating.
BS.
It's salami.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stick together if we want to find the imposter among us guys.
Get to void.
I can't believe. Can I get like a round of names? Because I don't know everybody like one to one.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, it's a little intro.
Hey, you start. What's your
Little
name?
first day of school.
I'm Void. I'm an alt player. Sorry.
Boo! Boo!
Can you also say your role when you have it?
No.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
townsman.
Yeah.
Loved by some.
I mean,
None?
but if
Most.
you have like
No, most.
Everybody calls him.
Yeah, I'm Sora or Josh. He was fine.
I'm Ginger. I mean, we already know each other, but Avery as well. You can call me either one. Excited to be a part of the town. Hopefully, we can find 3 Mafia.
nice. Very nice.
Fuck, that was clean.
I'm Anise. Got nothing else.
I'm Trey. Got nothing else?
I'm Dark Gen X. I'm Justin. I'm an Eternal Return player. And I got nothing else.
First place in Among Us at Riptide.
True. I did win Riptide.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm Deer. I run Gallant Gaming. I'm also town as fuck.
Okay.
I vouch for Deer. Also, I'm chilling, dude.
Okay.
And I'm town as fuck. As always.
Nice. I'm Dish. Town is fuck.
I'm Hugo, town as fuck.
It's like an AA meeting now.
Hi, you go.
I'm
in town or Mike is fine too.
Alcoholics
I'm
Anonymous.
also town.
I am Kadoran. I'm a fellow Mark player boy. And I'm town.
That was such a nervous intro. I don't
Yeah.
Weird day.
Trying to make friends with Void?
Directly at
Trying
Void
to make
too.
friends with the old player?
Because he's the one that wanted the
Mark plays.
introduction.
I bet that's
You
why.
play Mark.
Okay.
Or no.
I've seen you play
Look, sometimes food is alright.
I've never played Mark.
I'm Salami. I'm a crewmate.
Oh, fucking hell. This bit.
He's coming
I'm told I'm not only in my town, I'm vanilla town. I have no special powers. If I claim some role later in the game, you'll know I'm lying.
I'm Yahoo's. I'm town as shit and an alcoholic.
Hi, I'm Tyler Swift. I'm town, and I like Pikachu a lot.
That's feels right.
You're
That
holding
feels
Pikachu.
great. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at us.
I'm getting
Um,
it didn't
alright,
win over
do
Bobby
we,
Star, but
What? Oh, I did win over Bobby Scar with Pikachu.
I thought you were going to be honest.
Yeah,
you said
dude,
the
I
dad
love
thing, and I was like, he's a
Pikachu.
dad. He has to.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
do we want to continue here or do we want to go to night?
Well, hold on.
Yeah. Let's give it to Hugo real quick.
So, we can start asking around if we got any, like, vibes, because that's all we got to work with. So my first is Kadoran. Just the way he's been handling it. But otherwise, so I got town as fuck on Toph. That's about it. I feel town about Ginger, but he's also really good, so I can't say it.
Is that true?
What I kind of dislike about the introduction was that from this half of the room, they kind of just copped out, and I don't like how that basically gave no information.
How's he cop
What
out?
do you
wanted to say that
They just say
They kept repeating themselves.
they just basically
Yeah.
copied what the last
They
guy
did.
said.
But I was the original.
At least
They
he's
all
actually a
copied me.
trendsetter. It's actually insane.
At least
That's
he
based,
said
no,
that,
no,
that's
hang
true.
on, you got the wrong side. They all said that with town is fine.
Yeah.
This guy
Started with him.
It's actually this
Deer
person.
actually started that.
Trey copied it east though. I remember that Trey said
Trey did
exactly what
copy
he
it.
Trey and
said.
Justin both abstained. They both said no comment with regards to answering if they're town or not. And like, you're only gonna say that if you think you're gonna be suspicious if you say you're town, which is like a double psyche. So they're like,
Wow.
Can we go to sleep?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
My
guys
name's
like
Trey.
2
I'm town
minutes.
as fuck.
Oh, nice.
listen.
Yeah.
Are you town?
I give it to wait,
Okay.
Ginger's.
That was a pretty confident I am town.
I don't really like day one very much. 'cause
Yeah,
I think
fair
there's
enough.
not a lot of productive things, but I will say that the only reads we really have to go off of is I thought the adjustment was being kind of weird. I think starting out with a joke, a lot of times something that you can use as a mafia tactic is a joke to get people on your side and think of you favorably, even from the start. It's just something I might mention. I also think that John is acting a little weird. I think that we all noticed that.
John Kadoran.
Yeah. The one
making
last
sure.
other thing, and I hate bringing this up, is that Hugo did say that he feels good about me immediately, and just I'm looking at you potentially pocketing later on, but just know that I would be aware. Okay.
Aware of what?
Yeah.
You might be sucking up town.
Why would Hugo suck up the Ginger?
Just make an ally.
He wants to make an ally with
Get
Town
Hugo
and
was
Mafia.
top 20 all time.
Let's go 1 minute.
24.
I don't need to suck.
Anyone else?
24.
Anyone else? Do we
Fair
want to go
enough.
to bed? Does anyone object to going to bed right now? Okay, then let's go to bed. I'll take a Pikachu.
Ooh, I like this service.
All right.
Let's go, Lincoln.
Heads down, please, and thank you. Okay. Mafia, look at me. You have 2 kills tonight. Please indicate to me who you would like them to be. Okay, thank you, Mafia. Oh, wait, sorry. Second kill, Mafia. Back up, Mafia. Second kill. 2 kills. Thank you, Mafia. Investigator, look at me. Please tell me who you'd like to investigate. Remember T for town, M for Mafia. Mafia investigator. All right, healer. Who would you like to heal tonight?
What is that? What is that?
Defibrillator, bro.
He's just healing.
Thank you, healer.
Oh my god.
Keep those fucking heads down. No peeking. Okay. Vigilante, would you like to expend your bullet tonight? All right, thank you. Wake up. You're being smoked out.
Yeah, Doug. I know, it's like this.
Chillin' and Toph are dead.
What the
See you guys
fuck?
at the brewery.
The hint commentators.
Watch this.
The hint commentators. Remember this.
Go live.
You're next. You're next.
That's fucked up. All right.
That's gross.
So that is a little bit of a loss. I think we need to
Commentators. It was
I
fiction.
didn't feel really good.
who would take them out? That's what I'm thinking. Like,
That's rough.
I think there's like a
So-
hug, I think there's like a hugs defending him into taking him out, being like, "Why'd
Yeah,
you
it's
do it?" Oh.
So I think it's important to remember like who they were accusing. I think that's a pretty good hint. We all remember that, Trey?
Yeah, well, first off with the Toph, I think a big reason they take out Toph is that he had the hardest, like, I am town, if I call anything out, I'm lying. So that's an easy person to pick because he's one of the most reliable later. Chillin', he was sus of John, right? He
Yeah.
kept reiterating it was John whenever somebody else did it, at least. I don't really remember who he's super sus of, though.
They were both sus of Mr. Cadoran right there. So that's all I'm
I feel like
saying.
you.
It's important to remember that it's very obvious that that's the person that we would go for. So it's important to remember
That's what I
that
was
they're
thinking.
probably
It's like
trying to pin it
level
on
one.
him.
Yeah.
Right. If it was me that was Mafia, I think I would have killed Ginger instead, because like he was like the latest guy that was like soft accusing me, and that's not like. I don't even, to be honest, I don't remember Chillin' dude really accusing me, if I'm being honest, but.
I don't think.
I don't think he said anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Wait, who said
It
Chillin'
kinda offered
accused
nothing.
him?
Well, he
substance
kept saying,
at all.
like, Kadoran or, like, John Kadoran. Like, he kept, like, reiterating Kadoran. I thought he was, like...
Did he
I
just
think he's just
didn't-
clarifying his name.
Yeah, I didn't know who John was.
I just feel like they were two of the bigger personalities in the circle. So it's probably someone who is afraid of people taking over the game.
So, okay, two kinds of people would kill off someone like Chillin' and Toph. The first kind is people that are brand new to the game and they're just like, they're picking the popular people because it's just easy.
The Ben SW.
Yeah.
Smoke is
I don't
fun.
feel like we're dealing with that. I also don't like the, if I were Mafia, I would do this, so therefore I can't be Mafia, because you could just like double layer that and like you could just be smart and just do the stupid Mafia thing, take control, and then start saying, I would never do that because I'm not stupid, blah blah blah. So yeah, just pointing that out. I don't think that really does sell it for me that you wouldn't be Mafia at that point.
I think whoever killed Chillin, I think Toph, whoever killed I think it's someone who's played Mafia a good amount, because Toph, in particular, is very good at Mafia. And then Chillin, historically, like, we all stand at the same side, and historically, if we're town, we just all, like, kind of conglomerate together.
Yeah.
So I think it's someone that realizes that,
Yeah.
and also someone that knows that Toph is good. So it's-
He's got kind of like Mango energy with keeping
Yeah.
town like
yeah.
working.
Yeah, so I think it's someone that has at least played with Chillin, me, Hugo, and Toph. So, not one of the newer players would be where I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was like pretty obvious Toph was town off rip, so
Right,
it's a good
exactly.
kill. I am a little bit sus of Trey being like, oh, like, Chillin was on like Kadoran's tail too, like that.
Yeah.
But all he was doing was like clarifying his name,
Yeah.
and that kind of went under the rug for a little bit until we got some clarification on that. So I'm a bit sus of Trey because of that. But outside of that, I don't really know. I still am sus of Kadoran as well. He asked for it first.
I was gonna give it to him.
I will say, though, that when I said that Chillin was going after Kadoran, I did immediately say that he kept reiterating the name, kind of
Right,
to make
okay.
sure that was that. I did say that initially, just as like a whole thing. But also I will say is, going off of everything you said about the doubling down, all that, I feel like that would also be a pretty good play for you then, potentially, by backing Toph, and then Toph making you, like, getting a little sus on you, and then you shift it back to the, it can't be, it could still be Kadoran.
That's too many layers,
potentially.
man. I'm already.
The Toph is sus.
Well,
No, Toph wasn't sus of him, but he was like,
Well, they were-
Toph off rip is what he's saying.
Yeah, and then if you kill Toph, and if you kill them both, and then you shifted it back to John when you got it back.
Yeah, this
Can
is
I
a bit
get a
custom.
vibe check from people? I feel really weird about both Hugs and Trey right now based off how things have been going. I don't know.
No, I think Hugs is fine. I think this is how Hugs plays all the
Okay.
time. I don't know Trey well enough, so I can't say. But the explanation was a little
Salon's
convoluted.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah. I wanted to know what Justin has to say. You've been very quiet.
yes.
And Nintendo as
Can I
well.
say something real quick?
You can go
Yeah.
first then?
Yeah.
About the Kodoran thing, he just got confused because I don't know Kodoran's name. So Chillin clarified Kodoran's name. So he's like, John Kodoran, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's pretty much just a miscommunication.
Okay.
I
Right.
think,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much what
And
happened.
that is why initially I did.
Yeah, exactly.
John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Do you want to sit here now?
Oh yeah.
I think you're fine. It's like, being the first person to speak after kind of the death and trying to give like the perspective on things is a similar tactic to what Ginger did at the end of the last round, in that you could be potentially trying to take control of the game or give a certain narrative and then see which players build off the narrative or how the crowd reacts to it. And I think that's a perfectly fine town play. And I think I played with you last time, but it seems
I was
fine.
just zoning out of the plan. I see you.
Huh?
Sorry.
Okay. The thing that I'm like kind of interested as to what you think, because you were
Me?
pretty like vocal at the end of the last round and gave some pretty clear thoughts that didn't necessarily go with what the crowd thought. So I'm kind of curious to what you think right now.
Bro. So, my biggest perspective right now is that I felt the best about Toph out of anybody in the circle. I think that most people would agree. I don't think anybody had any sus vibes on Toph potentially being Mafia. And the thing is, he kept reiterating that he was just a regular town, and the most important thing that you can do as a regular towns member is confirm to the rest of the town that you are town. And I thought that he did a good job of that, which makes me think that the Mafia kill is very level 1, right? He was the one person throughout the whole circle that I think unanimously most people would have agreed was town. So to me, it seems like a new player type of kill, just because people felt good about him, so of course you want that person dead.
Real quick,
outside
let's
of
go
that-
2 minutes.
Sure.
Who are the new players outside of me?
I have like
Summit or to Mafia?
I mean, I haven't played Mafia here. But,
I played Mafia before, but not
Yeah.
here.
Mafia like once or twice before.
Yeah.
Okay. But outside of that, I really don't have any information on the Chillin' kill. It seemed decently random. I know that you brought up that, I think it was you brought up that he's kind of like a popular figure, played Mafia before.
Yeah.
That might be another sort of level 1 type kill where you just kill somebody who you think might be good at the game because of experience. But that's all I got.
Before we go to bed, Nintendo hasn't said anything.
Yeah, I like that.
Sure.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Anise.
No, you,
And are we gonna try to do anything today, or are we just gonna go to sleep without voting?
I think voting would be too all over the place today.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about this being a new player kind of kill, and I admittedly am a new player. I remember you said that you don't think it was a new player kill, and I'm curious why.
No, just because if an experienced person decided to kill like these level 1, then they get to drive a narrative that that they think that this person couldn't have been, or like it had to be an inexperienced person, and this experienced person would have the heat off of them if they explain that right way. That they get to drive a narrative by doing that.
Got it.
Whereas if they did a kill like on someone who's never been here, then they don't really get to say much with that. And it doesn't do anything for, they don't even know what it does for them as Mafia. Whereas they know what killing Toph and Chillin does for them as Mafia.
Yeah, I think it's someone that's at least played with Toph and Chillin, so it's someone that is at least relatively experienced, for sure.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Just real quick, something I want to say about that
I think we're going to
is
bed in a second.
Last thing.
something you have to consider too is that you might think that it's people that have played with Toph and Chillin, but all of the Mafia games have been streamed for the last 11 summits. So it's kind of hard.
Fun review.
Yeah, you just know that they've played Mafia and that they've made it far, probably. So those types of reads are kind of wishy-washy.
Just not watching the Melee VODs, just only watching the Mafia tapes.
Is someone who's gonna watch?
I'm the most suspicious of this person.
Me?
Yeah, you have not contributed at all.
If I may defend myself, I am new. I'm very nervous, and my natural inclination was to duck down and close my eyes and everything. So I hope that vouches for me being town. But I'm mostly observing. For example, when Hugs was talking in thought, I noticed that his eyes went to the right. I think that's an inclination of someone that is being genuine with their thought. So I am just observing, but I hope
my past behavior is at least a vouch for me being talented.
That's the Ken Chen.
Oh, sorry.
What, they're not catching it?
Yeah.
That's
All right.
We're beating down.
Unless anyone wants a motion right now. All right, it's bedtime. Mafia. So 2 kills. Who would you like to kill tonight? Thank you, Mafia. Investigator. Who are we looking at? Thank you, Investigator. Healer. Whomst. Thank you, Healer. Vigilante, would you like to shoot? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Kevin Deere has passed away.
Only one.
Only one. I think that Kevin Deere was a kind of random kill, but I think I'm a little bit sus of Ginger, because I think there's twice that you tried to throw me and Hugo off of the idea that it is a experienced player, and I feel like it's sort of clear that it's an experienced player. I don't think anyone's going to do VOD review, so I think that's kind of a moot point. So I have suspicions of Ginger.
Oh, well, you're not a real gamer.
No, I think yeah.
I was also thinking I have suspicions of Ginger, just scanning the room, looking at everybody's body language. He was definitely like a little twitchy, a little like nodding his head.
Yeah.
I don't know Ginger very well. He might just, I don't know, might do that. But
Control the narrative
just
a little bit,
yeah,
so.
he's just controlling the
Trying to control
narrative.
the
He's just like, you're like, oh, it's an experienced player. Maybe it's not an experienced player,
Yeah.
but that was an experienced player move. Who are the experienced players here? Ginger.
And I think also killing Deer specifically after making that kind of play, or after saying that it's not an experienced player, to kind of throw people off the scent a little bit more. So I have suspicions of Ginger.
Okay.
So, my main point in bringing up that people might even know that Toph and Chillin have just played Mafia before, that they've made it far, is that this sort of read that they're a new player or an experienced player is kind of shallow. I was just saying that if you thought that they were an experienced player, both of you over there, I was saying that, I mean, you easily could make the case that they could also just be a new player. Which is why I said that, like, day one reads aren't very important, these things don't matter, we don't have much information. And I didn't really think that that point that you two brought up really held much weight, which is kind of why I brought that up.
I think you'd only try to like dissuade that a little bit because you are an experienced player and historically pretty good at Mafia, I think. So I think because you might be Mafia, you would try to throw people off the scent and change the narrative to be a little bit more about newer players.
I think Solon wanted to say something
Sorry,
first.
just real quick.
Okay.
Sure.
So, I think my observation is both sides have legitimate points. I feel like I'm admittedly slightly sus of this couch because I feel like if I was Mafia, then trying to frame an experienced player would probably be a good strategy. Because newer players wouldn't know how to, I guess, defend themselves as well.
Yeah, but we would be experienced players, so why would we do that?
Because if we remove other experienced players from the game, then experienced players would have an edge, is I guess how I'm thinking
No,
about it.
but like I'm saying it's experienced players.
Right,
so that
yeah.
just puts a target on the experienced players,
Yeah.
which would be us.
A lot of you're the person that brings it up.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
someone
sure.
who's experienced would say that it's not an experienced player because they're feeling a little danger.
Or a
Yeah, but
town's
that's
member
a
is
level
just
one
trying to
play.
reason
Yeah,
out
or you like
what's
to-
happening.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Sure.
That's a,
So,
Sure.
I just want
I
to
just
say
want to get these
I
had
was
his
just
hand
saying,
up
I was just saying,
first.
all I'm saying is
Yeah.
I'm sus of Ginger, that's all.
one thing on top of this, just because it was brought up, you said that I was directing a narrative, but
that's exactly what I was going to bring up, actually.
you said that I
Well,
was
we
directing
both-
a narrative.
yeah,
but
I
I mean, if
agreed
you
with
wanted
it.
to
I
as well.
agreed with it. I kinda said that at the beginning of
I
the
only
last
talked
one.
until Justin literally looked at me and said, "I want to know what you think about the game."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Well, here's what I think." Like, I didn't think that point was too great, and on top of that, you know.
Well, I don't think your point is great.
That's kind of mean.
So I think we need to maybe this is not the right play, but I think we need to move on from this experienced player thing, because I think
Okay,
if,
so the main thing
if
is
a
I am
couple
sus of Ginger.
if a couple proactive people, and I honestly I don't know, I believe that Ginger and Hugo are both town, even though they're against each other. Because initially I thought that this side of the room there was at least one somewhere in between you three, and you put heat on them earlier. And I was wondering why you didn't go back, but you specifically mentioned when we started that like they said like, oh, if that was a good Mafia play, then I would have done the opposite. And you said something about that being like kind of weird, and it was I think about them too. So I wanted to know like what specifically you were thinking about that, because I appreciate the proactiveness.
Yeah,
I think
no,
we gotta move on.
I was just bringing up that point because the heat was on Kadoran
Yeah.
initially, and I didn't want it to just go off of him just because he made that initial
Yeah,
statement.
and Salami's the
about,
one who
like,
defended him initially. That's
Yeah.
why I was thinking maybe
so
you
I
were talking about
wanted,
Salami.
I wanted to keep some heat on them.
Okay.
Like I understand that the point is not necessarily like truth, like it doesn't
Yeah.
set everything in stone, but I wanted people to start thinking in those terms.
Okay. No, I appreciate
So to
that.
change the subject and be a little proactive in a different direction,
Okay.
I think it's very dangerous when Void stays quiet for very long in the game, because he'll do that both ways, and I would like to hear from him and his thoughts because I know he's been observing.
Let's go to Justin next, actually. Justin has his hand up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Anise.
Anise?
Yeah.
Okay, I've primarily been watching these three because I have no idea who they are.
Okay.
Trey, I think you've been fine. I think you just fucked up and it was just miscommunication. You've been thinking a lot.
I've been trying to figure things out, but
No, I think it's great.
Okay.
I think you're fine. I'm kind of sus on Dark Gen X. Not anything like crazy. I actually like what you're doing, but that's what makes it like sus. Where it's like I feel like you're putting pressure in the right spots, and you're kind of making a lot of people feel a little too weird. But for the most part, like I think this is just a day 2 thing. So.
2 minutes.
Okay. So I think that the way I'm trying to play this is trying to make sure that no one is able to maintain full control over the game and not be questioned about it. And that's something I try to do in Mafia in general, which is like not let any singular person take control, because if the Mafia takes control of like the game narrative, it's just over. The town just starts nuking itself. The thing that I was going to say is that I agree with what you said. I was going to bring that up before it started getting passed around, and that we were focusing too much on the inexperienced versus experienced players. Yeah. On the inexperienced versus experienced players. And I was going to bring up, I feel like we haven't talked about this yet. There was 1 kill yesterday.
Yeah.
And we know for a
Yeah.
fact that there are 3 Mafia. So the medic saved someone, and if the medic's alive, we potentially know 2 people
The medic is alive.
Are not like Mafia.
We could start playing the numbers.
Yeah,
I think Trey had his hand.
There's no double tap, right?
I had a question.
2 people can kill the same person, and then medic, even if they save them, that person dies. There's no
Okay.
double tap rate.
Like a vigilante in Mafia?
Yeah, we're gonna say that Mafia has to attempt to kill 2 different people.
Okay.
So just first one clarification thing. I was wondering, I know that you two were agreeing earlier on in terms of like the hypothetics of what type of person could have done the kill, but did you two not feel sus of each other as well? I just want that, or no read on each other, just, okay. That was just nature.
I actually have a game-related question.
Yeah, what's up?
So let's say the medic tries to save somebody, right? And that save goes through, but that same night the Mafia tried to kill the medic. If the medic actually dies, does that save still go through?
It does.
So you're saying he could have been the medic.
So
That's
Kadoran said the medic is alive. The medic does not have to be alive.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
Okay,
realize that.
correct.
Okay.
We have like
figured I'd
30 seconds.
He has him. I want to know what he has to
He's
say.
been raising his hand
Yeah.
for a while.
Well, I mean, like, Gen X actually covered a point that I was going to bring up is that we know that there was at least 1 save. I don't know about Kadoran's read on the medic still being alive. I'm also
Well, that was an
sussing-
assumption. That
It's
yeah,
like-
I was
it's
also
possible.
I was also sussing him a little bit just because he was trying to throw an accusation out when we have very little time left. I'm going to pass on to Trey.
Just what with a guaranteed save, is there any way that roll reveals could
should not
guarantee
happen
a couple
tonight.
people? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think tonight.
Do
I was
we
thinking
need
that
to-
too. I think
I woke
tomorrow
up
would be
and
great because then
counted
it's
it.
hopefully the
Last
class
call.
is
Are we supposed to
And
call
with the numbers, there's
out?
no way it's
Vote.
good.
So numbers right now: 3 Mafia, 10 Town. Okay. With that, let's say like Town kills every night, then Town kills every day. Then it'll be like 3-10, 3-7, 3-4, right? Vigi could use their shot if they want, but for the most part, I think the 1 kill actually gives us a lot of space, and
Yeah.
I think it's okay if we like decide to
Not vote.
That's a good.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
with
I
it, 'cause
think we
do it
have
through
we have
voting
like
as
the
well.
safety to kill.
Yeah.
In that case, bedtime?
Yes.
Alright, let's go to bed. Alrighty. Mafia. Let's take a gander. Let's kill. Thank you, Mafia. Investigator, would you like to investigate this evening? Thank you, Investigator. Healer. Hit me out. What's going on? Thank you, Healer. And Vigilante. Would you like to shoot? Thank you, Vigilante. Alright, Daybreak, Yaku's is dead.
The alcoholic.
One again. One again. Yo, medic with the
Medic
with
with the
that's no, no one's
Assuming the medic didn't die.
Wait,
Well,
no.
There's no way.
Well, no.
Wait, can't?
No, like this round, you mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still like new. This might be like stupid to ask, but like, can't we assume that maybe one of the mafia died? Like, Vinci
No,
killed
we
him?
have
there's
no-
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 so-
no-
no, so- It can't possibly be the case. Yeah.
Explanation
Too
time.
much.
The mafia cannot vote themselves off. The only way a mafia dies is if the town votes them off.
And we have a vigilante.
But can't the Vigi shoot? I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
but then
not
the
enough
mafia
people-
still get 2 kills.
Oh
so
yeah,
2 kills.
never mind.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
so medic is just
The
a
la-
god.
the last
medic
two
is
nights-
just a god.
yeah.
Okay.
Medic saved twice.
Good
I
shot.
think that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I guess is it worth thinking about who the medic could be aiming to save so that we could start writing some people off as town? Like they, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of. It's a bit
Like
hard.
if
I
they're
think
medic, they would be thinking, okay, who are some prime targets, and then constantly saving them, right? Like,
Who would you say are the prime targets then?
I think Ginger. If,
Really?
If he is town, he'd be because he's the most experienced along with Void, I think, in this game.
Hmm.
Or I would consider the best players in this game. And then so if I was medic and I felt like one of them was town, then I would be trying to save someone.
Wouldn't the mafia want to kill like the guy with like some of the most heat on him in the game?
Like
right
so,
now, right?
Yeah,
no, he doesn't have
you wanna
heat.
kill the
If
person with yeah.
Mafia would
That's
be
what I'm
trying
saying.
to kill off someone like Ginger, and he's still alive. So I'm arguing he's either Mafia
Or he's
or he's
Mafia.
been saved.
That's
Or
what
he's
I'm
Mafia.
saying. Yeah, that's
Or
what.
he's
But I'm
mafia.
saying like I disagree.
he's
that
gonna
mafia-
adjust him first.
Yeah, so.
Does the medic want a role reveal right now? Does anyone want to call out medic?
I don't
If
know
they
if that's
want to do something, we should
Kinda
figure out if
early,
it's a
right?
good or a bad idea.
Yeah,
I think
Role
he's
reveal.
trying to get at that he might be the medic and he's trying to bait a mafia out to do
I
it.
You
was-
wouldn't want to
I
imply
don't think
something
it's
like
good.
that. If you imply that you have a role, then you're a bigger target. If you're not,
Exactly.
I mean, it might just be
I
bad.
think only revealing medic is good if the investigator is still alive.
Would it be
Because then
fine?
it would reveal like at least 5 people are not.
Would it be fine if the medic knows they have a save for themselves, and then they get an
The
extra
medic-
turn with the medic? Like,
They would, yeah.
Wait, can the medic save themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. You
Oh,
can
that's
do it twice in a row.
this game.
well, then that introduces a mind game.
Well, we'll take 50-50s around here.
It's not quite a 50-50.
Yeah,
but-
why not? Well, what? If they
Introduce
choose
a
to
mind
shoot a
game.
medic, why would you
It's
shoot him if he can heal
Well, 'cause
himself? But do
it's
you know if
easy-
he's going to that round? I would do it the second round.
Okay, but
Well,
then
you
what if the
shoot
medic saved
two
himself?
other people?
Well, that's, you know.
oh,
That's not a
Yeah,
50-50.
Yeah.
Because the medic could assume that the mafia is going to kill
It's
All right.
the
Okay,
whole
okay.
fucking thing.
I don't think the medic should reveal. Sorry, man.
Yeah, it's too early.
Yeah. I also wanted to say that at the start of the game there was a lot of heat on Kidoran. I still almost disagree a fair bit with what you're saying of killing Ginger, because at least from the games I play, the guy who's like the most sus, I think you agree with me. You
Yeah.
don't really want to get out of the game, right? If you're mafia, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think he's sus in this. I don't think he's got a lot of heat on him. This
He
game.
has,
Not-
some. He
no,
has a little
Ginger.
bit more than
There was
everyone.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
a high
basically-
amount of heat on him in the last one.
Some.
You were calling him sus, you were calling him sus.
Yeah, so
I-
some. Not like
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
it.
they want to
We
keep him
spent
alive.
like a lot of the last round talking about that.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
what
still
I'm saying,
early,
like,
so
I
like
think
the-
killing Ginger if
it's
you're
like-
Mafia would be trolling. So I don't think he's someone who's safe if we're still thinking like that. You want to say something?
Yeah. So along that vein, we can like come to think that the people that benefit from Ginger still being alive are people that are like at odds with him. You know what I mean? So like Mafia stand to gain from someone who is pretty like sussed out by the town. So I would think it's probably a third party separate from like Ginger and the Hugo group, where it's like
I'm with you.
yeah, exactly. Where it's like someone that wants to pit two groups against each other. So then at the end, when it's just like those like say 3 groups or whatever it is, it's just like, well, look at these two, and then that guy has the hammer.
Someone like
Give it to
Adorn.
Trey.
Let's go with Trey.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Trey's been doing well.
So,
Sound like a dog.
one thing I'll say is that the fact that the medic has been able to save people so many times in a row, I think means that the way that town is sussing people out to an extent, like who we think is really town, would be pretty true, because that would be an easier target for the medic as well, and that would also be an easier target for the Mafia. So I think that we're getting down some decent lines in terms of the people who are really town, because I think that's what's enabling the saves.
For the medic to think it twice, like.
Ooh, I think it.
Let's go
Yeah,
2
that
minutes. I mean, Anise talked already in the round, so let's go like in 10 minutes.
So, couple questions. So first of all, I only think the medic review is only good if the investigator is still alive. I have a feeling that he's dead at this point, because like if the investigator is also alive, that would make the numbers a lot easier to calculate. That makes it like, oh yeah, there's 3 Mafia left. I do think we should vote out someone at this point. Whether it be me, whether it be someone else. And right now, my strongest suspicion is actually Josh, man. Did you say that it was suspicious I'm still alive?
I'm just saying at the start there was a lot of hate on you, and then
Yeah,
that just dissipated almost instantly.
Well,
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you've been thinking about it, we haven't talked about it, right? It instantly went
Right,
to like
but-
kind of like this triangle.
But it's
here.
like there's like very little basis for it.
My basis is that you haven't said anything after that heat, pretty much. You've been extremely quiet. I'm not going to say I've been the most talkative,
Yeah,
but
you're-
after that heat went off you, like, it just went, you were like really talkative, I guess, in defense, but as soon as the heat went off you, went back to being
Right,
pretty
because
quiet.
I was no longer like the primary topic. I was being proactive. I was looking out for quiet people, which is why I'm also like kind of sus of you. And I find it odd that you want to bring this back to like the very first point. I do think the not being very talkative is a fair point.
Yeah, there is something
However,
to bring it back. Sorry, yeah.
However, I do want to move on to right now where.
But
it's
that's,
just like
that's exactly what I'm trying to
2
avoid.
minutes.
Like the heat gets off him, and he's like, "Yeah, sweet. Like
All
I'm,
right.
I'm just out of it now."
Promise I'm town, but I think we should start voting some people out, or at least start thinking about it.
Whatever you
This is my read. You guys can look. I'm just saying. I don't want you guys to think I'm a bad person. You two and maybe you. That's my read. I feel like we've been trying this sort of
Did you
corner
say
Ginger.
no
You
second?
two.
Excuse me?
Maybe one of you is fooling the other, and if you can fool each other, then that I won't win
brutal.
over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you two, and he's been trying as well. We've been trying to get somewhere. I think otherwise, like one of you 3 or you. I just think I don't know how we're gonna pick one, but I feel like we gotta get somewhere. We gotta do something. I know I generally accuse you guys, but I want to kind of hear
So
what
many hands up. Yeah, let's go Hugo.
because
then Nick.
I think he's town, so I want
like
to know
the
what
line
he
of thinking
thinks.
that Trey was putting out, where
Yeah.
if we've had these money saves from medic consistently, then we're all kind of in agreement on who's feeling town and who's not.
I think you or Ginger tried to get shot. I think
So,
that's
like,
what I think.
Like my susses are kind of rotating around Dark Gen X, Kadoran, maybe
Salami.
Salami, and so that's how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling too bad about other people, but we could start like getting that
Is anyone
consensus,
down
and then
or
we just
something?
start.
I don't wanna-
Let's think about the math real quick.
Fish the mic.
Let's think about the math real quick. So we have 12 people left, right?
Yep.
Assuming that the roles are alive, the medic has saved 2 people. So the medic would know 2 people. The cop has checked 3 people. So 5 people, presumably, assuming that they're both alive.
That's
would
not
be-
exactly
And all the
how
people
it
they
works, because
investigated are
the
alive.
cop could have checked the people that were also
30
saved.
seconds.
That's
So you
fair.
can-
Okay.
Or the
That's
people
fine.
that
Not
died.
necessarily. So
Yeah.
that's- so still not good.
That also means
reveal
Busy
time.
has bullets still.
Still not good.
I want to know,
reveal time.
who would you
That's what I'm
vote?
getting at.
I want to know
So
who.
I want to talk about the fact that people voted out were some of the quietest people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of like who gains the most from those people dying, and I think it would be someone who's outside of like for example, like this couch versus that couch dynamic.
That's why it's. I
Which is
think
why
that's why I think it's the quiet
I
people,
would
right?
agree
'Cause,
it's
like-
probably one of either these two For John?
Well, if you had to say one person, because we have to get one.
Yeah, does
Pick
anyone
one.
want
Who
to
are
make a
you?
motion? We're gonna go to bed right quick.
I'll nominate
Sorry.
Kadoran.
I will I'll second that.
All right,
Not
I would
because
like that
I'm sure it's Kadoran, but the heat was on him, and if
It's
it goes
Kadoran's
down to the
defense.
last ones,
Yeah, it's Kadoran defense time, and then we're gonna
I will
go
vote
to
him. So
bed.
I want to know.
I agree that the best move for town at this point is to eliminate someone, and I don't want to be the central talking point anymore, so you may vote me out.
Who would? One last question for Kador.
Well, we're gonna
Who
vote
would
now.
your
We're gonna
biggest
vote
sus
now.
be?
We're gonna vote. Heads down. We're gonna vote.
I want to vote. I don't
Raise your hand if you would like to vote for Kadoran. That is 6. That is exactly half. So that is not enough, and we will go tonight.
Question?
What's up?
Can we see who voted?
Oh yeah, sorry. Keep your hands up if you vote, and put your hands up.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, 6.
Wait, which 6?
Wait,
One.
Let me
three,
recount again
two?
just to make sure, but I think we
You-
have
you
12.
two
1,
didn't
2,
vote.
3,
Yeah,
4.
we have 12.
Yeah, we have 12. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Kadoran lives. We go to
Trey,
bed.
Trey, you did not put your hand up?
No, they didn't.
Who are the
Okay,
6 that
alright.
voted? Sorry, who are the 6 that voted?
So one more time.
Can we just say names? I voted, Tyler
Okay,
voted,
then-
Ginger
okay,
voted.
okay, got it, got it,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Mafia. Mafia, who would we like to kill tonight, Mafia? We got to pick someone, Mafia. Wait, sorry, Mafia, one more time. Got it. Got it. Got it. Thank you, Mafia. Okay, investigator. Who would you like to investigate tonight? Thank you, investigator. Healer. Who are we trying to heal? Thank you, healer. Vigilante, would you like to shoot? Thank you, Vigilante. All right, Daybreak Dark. Gen X is dead.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna reveal. I am cop, town, Ginger's Mafia, Void's Mafia.
Oh shit!
I'm cop,
I'll reveal.
town, I checked you
Any
first,
counterpoints?
then Kadoran I checked after, and then Ginger I checked like second, so that he was fucking Mafia, town, believe me.
So
Any counterfighters?
I agree with that because I was kind of thinking Dark Gen X was Doctor, and I want to reveal as Vigilante because I didn't vote for Kadoran last round because I wanted a little bit air of a sus on me so that I could then roll reveal as Vigilante. So I will use my shot on one of those two tonight.
And then
whoever
medic,
you want me
medic
to.
probably save me because they're gonna maybe kill me. Or
I
don't
think
save
Dark
me
Gen X
because
was
they
probably
might.
the medic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would make a
Is
lot
my
of sense.
reason.
And he's
Yeah.
smart, but two
Yeah,
Mafias.
so
I think we need to do this now.
This is fucking done, dude.
Yeah.
This is done.
So wait, can you say again? You said Ginger and
Ginger and Void.
Wait,
Okay.
Ginger and Void are Mafia.
Who else didn't vote?
Huh?
Who did?
They did.
so
They
the
did
ones that
vote.
didn't
I
vote
did.
were-
That's why I checked. That's why I asked like
Okay.
4 times because I was like, I want to know who to fucking shoot or check. It's these two.
Okay.
Wait, no, he
Void
didn't vote.
didn't
No,
vote.
he didn't vote.
They did vote. Yeah, they did.
All right.
Void did.
That does actually
No,
confirms it.
Nintendo
no,
Pikachu.
it was you.
No, I voted. I voted.
Void did not. Okay.
Either way, he's Mafia.
So I'm not getting swindled, but I do remember literally that Void a few rounds ago.
He's got one of those little
not
stickers
voting
there, the
one,
I voted
and-
stickers.
And to me, getting town to not vote.
No, I wanted to kill people.
Yeah, he said we have the safety to.
I said I'm down
He
to
was saying we have the safety
I'll
to.
do it all. Because we need to get the Mafia
Guys, do not
out.
fumble the bag.
No,
Two
no,
goddamn.
no,
Okay, wait.
I
wait.
don't think
I need to discuss
Once you're
those
done.
two. I think
Let's
that's
not waste any more time.
And again, Kadoran is safe and Hugo's safe.
Something very, very important. No one has counterclaimed Vish at all.
Correct.
So that means
Well, that could be that the real cop is dead.
No, that's
it could mean it could be the case.
Yeah.
Why did no one
You don't sound
else do it?
too solid on
Yeah,
that,
Ginger
given
Brother.
that you are being.
That's literally
I'm
not
smart enough to think about that.
I don't want to leave the group here, but just in the sake of not wasting our time, do we want to make any motions?
I motion Ginger.
Well,
I
No,
will
look,
say, if we motion and vote off Ginger, I will shoot my shot on Void tonight.
Okay, do it.
I second that.
Okay, yeah, Ginger, what's your defense?
I got the Pikachu.
Give it.
No, give it to Ginger.
Or no.
I know you want to keep him.
I have a long, elaborate defense. Which involves
I can be swayed.
manipulating all of you at the same time.
I'm not that smart.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to be manipulated.
I don't have it in me to do it.
can do a cheap
I'm
manipulation.
distraught. This was a rough game for Avery Wilson, so thanks for playing.
Heads down if you would like to vote to kill Mr. Ginger. Please raise your hand. Hugs86 does not vote to kill Ginger, but everyone else does.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, Ginger, you're dead. Goodbye.
Sit here still?
Yeah, you can chill if you want.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah, just keep your heads down.
I was waiting for a Mafia kill.
Alrighty. Mafia, who would you like to kill tonight? Thank you, Mafia. Investigator, who are we thinking? Thank you, Investigator. Healer, would you like to heal someone? Thank you, Healer. Vigilante, how's that trigger finger feeling? Thank you, Vigilante. Okay. The two V's, Vish and Void, are dead.
Oh, okay. So Medic is probably dead, yeah.
Thank you, Vish.
Okay, so yeah.
There's actually
Okay, so we got confirmed. Town.
we can't 100% say Medic is dead because Medic could have tried to save Vish the night before, right? But I still am on the way. I'm just saying it's not confirmed.
I think it
but
was
that'll be
Dark
next
Gen
month,
X.
probably the
I think it was Dark Gen because that just seemed like what he was
I
getting
just
at.
wanna say
It'd be no brainer for
you
Medic
know
to
what I mean?
reveal right now.
Yeah, and also I think the fact that Vish wasn't saved basically tells us that Medic is definitely dead.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
No,
last
but
night
that he
could
might have done it
saved
the round before.
Oh,
but-
true.
Yeah, I still am of the camp that he was Medic,
Yeah.
obviously.
I think if you're medic, it's okay to reveal now, right? I think
Yeah.
we're in agreement there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So so I suck at this part, the numbers game part of
Yeah.
it, but is it just locked? Because we got 1, 2, 3, and then it's between 5. Ginger's
We're
already
not.
out.
Yeah, Ginger's out.
There are 8
Sorry.
people left in the game.
Yeah, so we got so if the 3 stick together, it's literally impossible for us to lose, right?
Yeah.
Who's
So I'm cleared because I shot Void.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, so who are the unconfirmed people?
It's you, Nintendo, Tyler Swift,
Anise and
Anise and Josh.
I will say. Okay, wait. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I will say I'm pretty confident that Anise isn't Mafia. Because the big thing that sealed it for me was the argument early on when you guys were going back and forth for a while. He was the one who mainly tried to get the conversation going past
he was
that.
saying
He was trying to move on.
Yeah.
He was like,
sorry, I'm really dumb. Who's cleared? Are you cleared?
I'm cleared.
Trey's cleared?
Trey's cleared.
You go Trey and John.
Okay.
Yeah, and
cleared by
my
Vish, who we believe.
my two reads for sure who I think are town are Anise and Nintendo. These two have been super proactive the entire game, and I was giving Nintendo some
my amateur advice on Mafia, and he was like actually following all of it pretty well. I think if he was Mafia, he would have crumbled by now. So
Okay.
Right.
possibly he could be. Maybe he's got like I don't know. And basically, my suspicion is either just these three. And I guess if I were to pick one first, I would pick Sora because like he's been like weirdly accusing me, but
Yeah,
like the
I don't
past.
think it was him.
I will say, I
Is it
almost shot
gaslighter by
Josh Man
trade?
the night that they were going to vote you out so that we could get you both out, and I decided not to. I'm most sus of Josh too, based off
Sure.
that conversation with you earlier.
Can I have that a sec? So just to be clear, there were 6 other people who were of the same vein. Tyler Swift agreed as well. I think you said yes as well on Kadoran.
That are guaranteed.
No,
So
not
But then
guaranteed.
voted for him?
The vote, you voted as well, right?
I voted
did
for him.
vote.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm
you
just
only
gonna
said
say like,
six
I
vote,
just wanted to
yeah.
bring up honestly, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I just wanted to say like, what I was saying was agreed upon by more than well, roughly half of us exactly, right? Like half of us.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was crazy to accuse you when it went quiet all of a sudden.
I don't think the voting part was too crazy, but the fact that you kind of like to me it felt like you were reaching to like.
Well, I
You
mean,
like
the thing is, when the
that's
game's
why
getting
we have to
controlled
vote.
by this guy and those two, right, for like most of it, and you were interjecting as well, it can be really easy to just fly under the radar when there's initial heat on you. So that's why I did
Well,
say
who
that.
do you think?
Who do I think right now?
Yes.
I mean, obviously it's you, and
No,
you.
I mean who do you think is Mafia?
Well, I don't think you're Mafia. I think it's either Nintendo or Tyler Swift or someone.
Okay. So big thing. I will say I'm very very confident that Tyler Swift's not Mafia because he was on Ginger's ass like the first night or the
I
first
was
day.
so sus of him.
Yeah, he was
I see
so
body
on.
That's
language.
actually true,
He
yeah.
was
So that's a
nodding
big thing I
stuff.
want to
noticed
mention.
that.
So like I feel like the order we should go if we're gonna go people, it should be like Josh, Man, Tyler, and me,
Yeah.
and then we should think about other people.
So
Because I'm not really clear.
Sure.
I think we should start with Josh. Also,
Sure.
one
Do
of the
we?
main-
I do want to double check. Do we guaranteed win though?
No.
No.
If
It is possible that we are wrong 5 times. in a row.
We could be getting girl boss
Wait,
by
wait,
these
wait,
two.
wait.
we could kill town and then they kill town.
Maybe Hugs is
and then,
The opportunity is always
I
there.
think Nintendo's
Wait,
talented.
wait. So
I
wait,
did-
after
I
I
did.
go, who are we voting for? Who
Wait,
are
no,
we
Hugs
voting
got
for? You have to
there.
figure this out.
I'm saying we go with you first.
No, I understand, but I'm saying who are we doing after that? Because if it gets chaotic,
I say
then we don't-
Salam, because I feel like Salam's playing the game of now he's like trying to lead the town and accuse everybody who's not him to keep himself in longer.
Okay.
Well, I
don't know
definitely
if you have
just
to decide
said
that right
I
now.
should be going for
No,
it.
But
I'm
you
saying
said
it
last.
gets-
You said in the
we
order
should
you put
decide-
yourself.
we should-
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
Okay, I just meant Josh
well,
first,
it
and then like
gets
Yeah, maybe
me and
Tyler should be
equally
last.
Masa.
I'm
Tyler
fine.
should be last.
Tyler's
I
definitely
agree with
last.
Tyler being
Tyler's like
Just
innocent
before-
100% in my
just before,
mind.
What about
Thank you.
Nintendo?
Nintendo, because I don't have too much
Okay.
info on him, I feel like he could be one of the, like, in line to go out. I feel okay about Anise. I think you need to go first.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and
Can we just quickly like simulate how this plays out? I die, Mafia kills someone.
kill one of us three.
Yeah, one of you three, and
Yeah.
then it's so say just for imagination's sake, it's Trey, and then it's Anise, you, Gadoran, and then
Salami and
yeah,
Tyler.
and Salami and Tyler.
Then
Yeah.
then I'm
Then
gonna
I'll kill
go with
another one.
I think-
or-
Yeah.
With Lynch.
I think these two are the highest priority to kill.
No, not
Yeah.
Tyler.
So it could be
Josh, Salami, and then if they're not it, you
And then
kill
if
me.
I
agree with
then
that.
decide
I think
between
Nintendo
Anise
is probably
and
next
Nintendo.
instead
Can I
of
say
you
something?
because Nintendo hasn't really solidified his case more than you have.
So
True, true.
I've
Yeah.
heard multiple people vouch for Nintendo, and I know those people are town. I want to know kind of why, because I was most sus of Nintendo and
I'm not
Tyler
fully vouching for
until
Nintendo.
and then I do remember you were sus
Yeah.
of him earlier, and I do understand that, and that is true. So I want to know, like you said, you said he's chill,
That's
and
fine.
I get
you
my
said
main
he's chill.
reason
That's
why
fine.
I think he's
What?
chill is because of the way that he's been trying
Dude,
to move
that's sick.
conversation along
That's
and just his
awesome.
vibes the whole time. Yeah, he goes out of his way when he. Even this could be a Mafia thing. I don't think it's like everything he's been saying is really reasonable on top of it. If he reads the room in terms of I'm a newer player, let me explain why. If you're sussing out newer players, let me explain why I'm town. Everything you said is pretty reasonable. I feel like that's been since the beginning of the game, and at the beginning of the game we were right very often.
Just really want to check with was killing me first because I sus Gadoran first, right?
No, I think killing you first is because I just have a sus vibe about you, and I didn't like how you answered the question of who would you kill first, and then you go, well, I wouldn't kill Anise because if it's you, you're obviously not going to say you first, so like you kind of have to compensate for the fact that you are the guy, so then you got to say something,
What?
and then you
That's
move
too
on
many
to killing
layers.
someone.
I don't even
No?
recall saying that. Too.
No. If you're Mafia and they ask you, who would you kill? I would immediately say Josh, right? But if I was Mafia and someone asked me that, then I'd be like, well, it's me. I can't think of me. The first thing I'm going to say is who I don't think it is. You see what I'm saying? Like the
No,
question
yeah.
wasn't who you feel good about. It's who is Mafia. And your first thing to say was, I think Anissa's good.
Let's go.
But then who?
I was also saying that about Salami. Salami also said that about me
Yeah,
because
that's
I was
like
sus of
having
him, but I
your
didn't
own
know. But they both said that, and I didn't know that you guys trusted me. Hopefully, you still do trust me. But they both claimed on that very quickly. So that's what I'm.
So you're
interested
saying
in.
because I didn't say I'm actually
Wait, so which claim
town,
is?
It's both.
No,
It's
because
sus.
you didn't just name who you should kill. Right?
Wait,
He asked
okay.
you who should you kill? Who do we start with? And you didn't give an answer.
Right.
First you said who I think is town, which wasn't the question.
And I would like to bring up that because I was town, I did say to kill me first.
Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You can give it an attempt.
Are we talking or are we just...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I like
Thank you,
first
Dr.
seconds.
So, I feel like Tower Sibs go under the radar, and I was curious from the more experienced players why we're not sussing them more.
Just because of his fight against Ginger.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling good about you either.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I honestly think the order should be Josh. Then in between you
Me or
and Swan.
Nintendo, yeah.
I-
I'm pretty sure that's like
Yeah.
definitively
And
what it is.
then
Unless
I'll-
Anise is
and
playing
then
us
I'm
happy
really
to
well.
listen.
I'm just
Kadoran
trying.
said about
Yeah, exactly.
wanted to-
I don't have like a sus 5 on Anise, but
Part of what Kadoran said about I chose, like, if we were going to vote people out, vote me first because of that. That's kind of why I'm sus of Salon, because he put himself last in the order of who to vote people out, and he has been clinging to every thing of, like, I agree they're town really hard on this round, and I think he's trying to make himself more town to last longer and get more kills in.
I'm gonna need a motion soon here.
Yeah,
so
we just
basically the reason
Yeah,
I do that is
yeah.
I don't like accusing stuff like that. So
Alright,
basically,
Josh
but
Ben's
I will
defense.
say I did not vote for John when the vote came up.
Okay.
Okay.
Josh
That is a
Ben's
good
defense.
Yeah.
That's cool, but
Yeah.
We are playing.
The Josh
That's-
Ben's
that's fine,
defense
like-
now, please. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Your
you.
defense.
dude.
Oh, I passed it. You caught it?
Hey, GG guys. You guys play well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Mafia?
it's up,
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sick. Woo!
Let's go. What I was saying,
Dude, you girl boss that.
Are we doing a second game or no?
That was good.
Let's find out.
Dude, you're actually nuts, Justin. Let's go.
Those are some good shots.
Yeah, those are some real good shots.
You fucked up. You need to fuck off.
I was so close to voting you out and shooting Josh Man on the same night, and I decided to wait one more round, and I'm so glad.
I was like, this guy's just like,
No.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
so sus. I was thinking the entire like day before that, like it's Ginger. I was looking at it. I was looking at it. You said Ginger. I was like, oh, yeah, grab your cards, yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
So that was good. I did. I thought you were chilling.
What's up, bitch?
Put the mouse back on.
Okay.
It looked better.
Mr. Miller, I saved you day. I saved you day too.
Can someone grab that?
I heard Mikey walk up here and I was like, dude, I'm getting done in.
So you-
No more Mafia tonight. Mafia's over.
My thing's gonna get
Go
cut out.
home.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the wrong camera? It was this camera. Mafia's over for tonight. Go home, please.
They're already home. They're watching Twitch.
Thanks, Mikey.
I'm a huge
Thanks,
dumbass, and I apologize very much to the viewing public in America. I looked at the wrong camera.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah,
But it's not
right?
even red. How do you know it's on? Isn't it supposed to be red? It's supposed to be red. Isn't it supposed to be a red one?
I'm so fucked right now.